Hi, I'm Kathy Toms from Budget Breakthrough. It's an online money management system that I created when I needed to get my money squared away, and it'll work for you too. If you're new to working with spreadsheets, or even if you've been using spreadsheets for a while, there are a few tools related to formatting and formulas that can be helpful as you navigate your Budget Breakthrough sheet, and I'm going to demonstrate them for you. So let's jump in. So we're here in Hannah's Budget Breakthrough spreadsheet, and the first thing I want to demonstrate is formulas or functions. Those words are kind of used interchangeably, and where I'm going to demonstrate it is we're starting here in January 1st. Now remember, you can start your Budget Breakthrough on any day of the year you want. If it is July 4th where you are, you can scroll down to July 4th and start there. But Hannah started the year on January 1st here, and she entered her beginning balance. And balance is just the term for amount. It's kind of a banker's term, but her beginning amount for her account was $4,447.68. So you can see up here in this box, that's how she entered it. No dollar signs, no parentheses, no nothing. She just entered the straight numbers. And that gave her the formatting. When she hit return, Budget Breakthrough automatically put that formatting in with the dollar sign. Now for her rent, I'm going to double click here. Actually, I'm just going to click here, and then up here, you can see what she actually entered, minus 2200. And then when she hit return, it automatically put in, it made it red because it was a negative, an expense, and it put the parentheses around it and the dollar sign. So it did those three things automatically, and that's built into your spreadsheet. But occasionally things get deleted or lost. So I'm going to demonstrate how you can put some things back in. So at the end of the day, she went ahead and added her cell phone. She made a couple of notes in here. She puts her groceries on a credit card, and she puts some daily expenses on her credit card too. So she just makes a note in here of that. And then she pays that card off later on. And she keeps track of that each week when she sits down to update her spreadsheet. She updates what that balance is, so there's never any surprises when the credit card bill comes. So when we get to the end of the day, how does Budget Breakthrough know that she has $2,120.08? I'll show you. So it's called a function. Some people call it a formula. So if I go up to the top and I hit the insert menu, if you can't see the menu, remember there's a little arrow over to the right here in Google Sheets where you can hide that. And Excel has a similar little tool. So we want to be sure we can see that menu. And we want to insert, and about halfway down, a little over halfway, you see it says function. And next to it that is the Greek symbol in the alphabet for S, as in sum, as in add, S-U-M, as in to add. So the very first one up here on the function menu is sum, S-U-M. That means to add a column of numbers. So we want to click that, and it automatically starts the formula for us down here. And the cursor's blinking there, and it's asking us, what do you want to add up? And we just click and hold and drag all the way to the end. So as you can see here, it put in inside the parentheses D3 and then a colon and D13. So the beginning of our column of numbers is in cell D. Here's the D. 3. There's the 3. And then we want to go all the way down to D13. You can see we're in row 13. And then you hit return on your keyboard. That's how it does the math. Let's do one over here. Say you accidentally deleted that formula, that function in that cell. Not to worry. It's also up here on this tool ribbon. It's that Greek S or sigma, and we just click that and choose sum, and then we're going to click and hold to show what numbers we want to add up. In this case, we're in column L, so it puts an equal sign in there automatically, and the word sum, S-U-M, and it puts the parentheses in automatically. And then when we clicked and dragged, that collected L3, column L, row 3, down to column L, row 13. And it puts a colon in between. And then we hit enter on our keyboard. Ta-da! So now you know how to enter those formulas. Now you ask Kathy, how does it get the ending balance or the ending amount for this day up to that column? I'll show you. Watch out. This is pretty wild stuff here. Hit the equals key on your keyboard. It's up on the top row or the second row down probably on your keyboard. It's a couple buttons over, a couple keys over from 0, kind of between 0 and your backspace key. Just type the equals, and then what do you want it to equal? You want it to equal this, whatever that amount is, and then you hit return. And there it is. Let's do it down here again. Say we lost that. Number, that beginning balance for January 10th. Equal key, just type it on your keyboard and then come down and tell it what you want it to equal. So as you can see there, it says F26. That's this cell. So whatever that dollar amount is that appears in F26, it's going to carry it up there, which is what we wanted to do. So that's how each of these beginning balances or beginning dollar amounts is built. Now, again, all of these functions and formulas are built into your Budget Breakthrough spreadsheet when you get it. Every once in a while, though, we are humans and we make mistakes. But with those two tools, you'll be able to put back in anything that you might need. The third thing I want to talk about was formatting. So if you move things around a lot in your Budget Breakthrough sheet, which that's the beauty of the Budget Breakthrough sheet, you can move things around a lot. If you have expenses that you're playing around with or income that you're playing around with, go ahead, move things around as much as you need to. Sometimes the formatting gets lost. So I built a mistake in here on this spreadsheet. So Hannah is doing a freelance job. So I'm going to type in freelance, and then she's getting $500 for it. So I'm going to type 500. Remember, I don't need to hit dollar signs or anything else. I just type the number straight. It's income. And then I hit return. Oh no, there's no dollar sign and no decimal sign and no cents at the end. It's because I pulled that formatting out just so I could demonstrate it here. It's very easy. Just go up to the format menu and there's number, and we're going to scroll down, and it's the longest, weirdest looking one. So you want to look for the one that says red. And that means if it's a negative, it will be red. If it's an expense, it will be red. And then we want it to have a dollar sign. So that's what that dollar sign means right there. And then see how it has the parentheses? That means if it's a negative, it's going to appear in the parentheses. So we just hit that, and there's our formatting. Now, just for the sake of example, I'm going to put in minus 500. I'm going to take the formatting off. So this is, let's call it weekend trip. And oh no, it didn't do the formatting. What am I gonna do? Not to worry. Just go up to, in case it gets lost in your spreadsheet. Now again, these are all built in when you get it, but sometimes if you move things around, it loses it. I feel like Google Sheets should be a little bit smarter than that. Microsoft Excel has the same problem, but you wanna format the number. And if you don't see it here on this list, go to custom number format. Now it pops up as the first one on my list, but you might have to scroll down. It'll probably be down here somewhere on yours. It puts it first on mine because it knows I use it a lot. But remember, you're looking for the word red, and you want a dollar sign, and you want those parentheses. So I click it, and it even shows me what it's going to look like. So if it's a positive number, if it's income, it'll look like that. If it's a negative number, an expense, it'll look like that. So I can apply it. So there's what her income, her freelance job that she did that made her $500. And then she spent it on her weekend trip. So it shows the negative. Now, every once in a while, again, if you're moving things around in Google Sheets, this often it also happens in Microsoft Excel. See how that line got lost? No, it doesn't hurt anything. It just bothers me. I like clean, sharp housekeeping. So I'm just gonna click and hold my cursor, my mouse, around that day. And then up here on my ribbon, it says borders. If you're in Microsoft Excel, it's kind of over here in this part of your screen. But in Google Sheets, it's right here. And we want the one that says outer borders. So there it is, nice and lovely. And the last thing I wanted to tell, this is a caution. Avoid using the last row each day in your spreadsheet, and I'm going to demonstrate why. So maybe Hannah is entering a bunch of things, and she gets all the way, wow, just can't type. There we go. So she gets down to the last one, and she put in this amount. Well, darn it. It didn't take the formatting because I had moved things around. So we're going to format that number. Let's get that straightened out. So, and she says, oh no, this actually needs to be down here on January 17th. So she moves it. Look what happens. It took our formula, our function out. And again, I feel like Google Sheets should be smarter than this. And Excel sometimes does the same thing. Not to worry. You know how to put functions back in, or formulas. I'm going to use the function button here. Put the sum in, click and hold, get all those. And it took that line away too. Someday they'll make our software smarter than this. So I'm going to add that back in. So that saved the day. Now, to avoid that from happening, never use this row that's right above your formulas. Now, if it was right here, watch this trick. You can also copy if you want to get the formatting. You can copy and paste and it'll carry the formatting for you. Now, if I'm moving this one, so I've left this bottom row blank like I just recommended. If you're moving this one, look, your formula is fine. It changed because I took $500 out of that day. And look, you can do any of these. Oops, I'm going to copy that one. To get that menu, I'm just right-clicking. See, if I move any of these, it's perfect. It updates my ending balance for the day. It's just this last row that creates a problem. So if any of you work at Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, fix that stuff for us. So there it is, 5 tools for your spreadsheet toolbox. To explore additional content, go to the free tutorials page on budgetbreakthrough.com or click the link in this video description if you're on YouTube. It's your money, and Budget Breakthrough will help you get it squared away.